Scared Spliff podcast.
Scared Spliff. Alright, we're gonna do a little call right now to some friends of mine. So, let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Hold on.
Hey,
Yo, yo, yo.
What's going on?
how's it going, man?
Is everybody here?
Yeah. Wait, talk?
Like the band?
One by one. Wait.
Right there.
Wait. Hold on. Let's get a little composure here. Okay. All right. So, one by one, introduce yourselves.
All right, let's go.
I'm Florist, and I play drums in Sepulchre and guitar in Incredulous, I guess.
I'm Chris, and I play guitar, and I do vocals in Sepulchre. And Luis is messaging me, so maybe we can get him on this.
Yes.
Yeah, get Luis's ass on this.
Yeah, get that weirdo in on it. Get that get that sexy boy here. All right, so
Yeah,
for anybody that's listening while they're getting their shit together right now, basically what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna interview my friends from Santa Rosa, and this is a really awesome kind of like techie jazz death metal band, and it's just basically metal, a really sick ass fucking metal band from Santa Rosa. Maybe one of like the best ones that are out there. I know, like I love Tressalence, but Sepulchre is fucking sick. I just I like heavy shit, and Tressalence makes me want to dance, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it. Yeah, but I love fucking the guys in Tressalence. Yeah, I fuck them.
Yeah.
Are we all here now?
Let's see. I'm adding Luis right now. Let's see. Let's call him again. Let's ring him. All right, we're bringing Luis. Contacting.
Get us a Luis.
Come on, Luis.
Who's in the background talking? Is that at Oscars or Forrest? Oh, what?
House.
Sorry, Chris.
What?
It's me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what to eat for dinner.
It's the ghost in the background.
Featuring Ghost.
It's my sister Anna and her friend Bella.
You want to give a shout out?
Yeah, give a shout out.
Yo, shout out Chris. Shout out Louise. Woo! Kabor Street, Oakland, bitch.
Oakland.
Hopetown.
Very
You know now.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess Luis didn't pick up because he's being a bitch, but it's okay.
All right, well, I guess he's not cool enough to be doing.
I guess we'll have the cool members of Sepulchre today.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, this works as well, and we could just channel him with our energy and kind of like have our guru answer for us.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so we have a guru here in the studio with me that could probably answer for Luis. He's just really tired right now because we just literally came back from the Rick and Morty movie. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys would know what the hell that is.
I know what Rick and Morty is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well,
I didn't know there's
there's this car.
a newer movie.
No, it's like a car that has like Rick's face in the front, and it's like this inflatable thing. It's pretty weird.
That's great.
Is anybody with you right now?
Yes, I have my girlfriend and Ed Von Dead, and I have Ed Von Dead's girlfriend with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of the Phobophobia crew.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Alright, so since we don't have Luis, and he is like, he's a bitch, I guess, for not being here, but he's a really good bass player. Can you just like introduce Luis the best way as possible as you guys could do?
Here, wait, I'll do it. Well, my name is Luis, and I kind of just play stony riffs and everything like that. So, and I like St. Vitus, and I like to sleep. Luis, are you there? Luis,
Fuck, that was like fucking spot on, dude. No, fuck. For people who don't really know, like me and Sepulchre are really close friends because our bands have toured together and we've played various shows. And well, and this is not about me; this is about them. But yeah, so can you guys basically talk to us about the band when you guys started? Like, let's start at the first, like at the beginning.
Well, I guess, sorry to interrupt us here, but I guess Luis is going to be off work in 50 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Well, then he could hoppity hop in 50 minutes then.
Yeah, he'll hop on whenever he can, but let's talk about some crazy shit right now, okay?
All right. Yeah, let's do that then. So you guys are from Santa Rosa, which
Yes,
people don't really know where that is. That's in Northern California. About it's like 6 hours maybe. Like how long would you guys say? Like
It depends how fast you're going. I mean, I've made it up from LA to 5 hours all the way to 12 hours, depending on fucking traffic. But no, yeah, we're like, it's around like 7 hours, and if for anybody who's in like the Bay Area, like directly San Francisco, it's like 54 or 55 miles north of San Francisco. So
shit.
It's like an hour drive from SF.
yeah,
You guys are way out there. Shit.
yeah, up in the woods, or not even really the woods. We're like right south of where the woods really start to be like more so, I guess. I don't know. We're kind of in a sweet spot.
Damn. So you guys have any awesome stories you guys want to talk about?
Let's see.
We took pictures in front of the South Park bus once.
Oh, in New Eureka? I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
Somewhere in between here.
What kind of story are you thinking about? Are you thinking about like just the regular everyday to day, or like something very spectacular?
Day to day.
Day to day.
What
is the
Oh,
day to
day-to-day.
day of Sepulchre? How do you start your day? How do you end your day? How do you
Let's
go
see.
about your day?
When us three get together, it's probably just us sitting at Forrest's house, or where Forrest used to live, or wherever. I guess my house now, because we kind of practice at my house now. And we smoke a few blunts and then start playing music, and then we find out whatever we like from that jam, and then we get the riffs from whatever that jam is, and we compile them all together, and that's how we make our songs.
Yeah, I've noticed that you guys' songs are kind of like, not in a bad way, but they're kind of everywhere. You know, like there's not really a starting point, there's not really an ending point, but I think that's the best thing that you guys have because it's so spontaneous, and to me, it's very jazzy. You know, like Forrest drumming is so fucking jazzy, dude. It's very groovy. It's fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah. We just for us, like I think rather than just like
Down the store.
the standard
I'll see you. But...
metal band. What?
What?
Okay,
What?
all right.
No, I was
What?
talking I was talking to the other people.
What? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we kind of just, I mean, our main thing is dynamics. All we want in our music is dynamics, and there to be like, you know, an energy and groove to it, and like not like groove metal or anything specifically, but I don't know. It really depends on the mood, and what I've actually noticed is that when we write songs, we actually do them in pairs for some reason. Like we'll write 2 songs together, and then we won't write something for a bit, and then we'll like write another 2 songs like really like close next to each other. So I don't know, that's never been on purpose or anything like that, but when we do that, that kind of, I don't know, sets the mood for what we're feeling, and then like you said, you know, we kind of just go wherever we feel like is would be best for the band, I guess. I don't know.
No, yeah, because like, every single time I see a video of you guys, because obviously, like, you guys don't really have that many recordings for, like, I don't know if you guys are really mysterious with that, which I think it's really cool because it brings people out to you guys' shows, you know, and just makes them hear, like, the newer shit that you guys have. But, like, the shit that when I see you guys, it's always different. Obviously, like, there's my favorite songs that you guys have, and I don't even know the name of the songs, and because like I don't really understand with like them or whatever, but like not like I can't understand, but I just don't know but them by name. But
Yeah.
like every single set list that I've heard you guys play is like you guys switch your shit around. You know, it's never the same.
Yeah, and that's what I've kind of like realized with this at least is that there's another thing that we didn't plan or anything like that, but we still decided to we wanted every like show to be like a new experience in a way, you know. you know, so when people go and see it, like it'll be like a, you know, they'll be able to like, you know, have that experience for that exact show, I guess. I mean, obviously we don't want to like change it up too much, but we still like we want our songs to be present in like the now, kind of, you know, like in the now and in the moment. How we want to feel out the crowd, we want to feel out the venue, we want to feel out just like the whole surroundings, and that's how we kind of like that's how we play. I think it's based off of that, really. At the end of the day.
Sick, that's sick. So, do you guys want to talk a little bit about your setup? Because I know a lot of bands don't really consider this, and this is something that I like a lot. I actually love a lot about Northern California bands that you guys are actually real fucking musicians. You know, you come down here to SoCal, I'm not bashing or anything, it's just you don't really find an actual musician that knows their gear, that knows how to play their instrument, that knows how to hear time signatures, that actually knows how to fucking do a beat, you know, like to follow a beat
Yeah.
and to fucking, you know, like count it off and actually like actually fucking play music. So I mean, like, can you guys just literally just explain that to in a musician way?
Well, I mean, I'll say my gear. I mean, a I have a Bugera amp head, which I really like. I mean, it's kind of I pretty much went into the music stores or on Craigslist and I did some research of like, oh, what sound do I like? I mean, from my guitar tone, most of the time, I like a good mid tone. You know, like when you have good mids on a guitar, especially with any type of music, but for metal specifically, because you really need to cut through, you know, the fast paced drums that are going crazy and like the bass that's, you know, going wild and stuff. You need a strong mid-tone in a guitar, I feel like. I mean, at least for the stuff that we do. Now, for example, if I wanted to do another type of genre with a different type of band within the metal sphere, like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, like bestial black metal, like, I don't want any mids. I would want straight up, like, more bass and more treble. So it really depends, but I'll say for Sepulchre, at least, I like to have a good mid-tone on my amp and not like I don't like it too trebly. I hate it when it's like really like scratchy unless I'm trying to go for like some ridiculously underground cult black metal sound or but I don't know. I mean we kind of realize as a three piece that we have to really focus on gear and our sound because you know, I mean, there's only two string players up on the stage, and somehow with the type of music that we play, we need to fill that void up as much as possible. And so each member has to do their best when it comes to like getting their sound, and on top of that, like finding the gear to make that sound even get better and better. I mean, when we first started, we were not at all about like we didn't know shit about gear at all. But you know, the more and more we get, you know, better, and the more we're with each other, like you know, we grow when it comes to like dialing down a sound with the gear. But I hope some of that your question.
All right. Well, how about Forrest? Like, can you explain your setup and do you use triggers? What is your you know your take on your actual you know kit and your playing?
Let's see. I have a Ludwig Element series kit, and I don't use triggers actually. I just try to get the sound to go through as loud as I possibly can in the bass drum. And although I do appreciate the technology of triggers, and I can understand why some drummers use them, I also kind of feel like it's cheating in a way because I know that there's some people who get triggers and then they just set it up so that they'll tap the drum once and it'll play like a multitude of fucking bass drum noises so they don't have to do shit, you know?
Yeah.
And that is kind of fucking bullshit. But, you know, if I can understand there's players, you start going like too fast at one point, the mics will just not pick up any of the bass drum activity. So I can understand people using triggers in that scenario because that you don't want just like the muddy rumble of like bass drums on your track. And then fucking my snare drums, I just try to tune as tightly as possible because I like that fucking that like high pitched snap sort of sound, kind of like a crack of a whip, but not really as like, I don't know, sonic boom like. I don't know how to say it, but something like that. I like using the tighter tension on the snare so that I don't have to do a whole lot of extra arm work to have the stick move around, and a lot of it's from the bounce of the drum head for the blast beats, because that shit gets tiring after a while.
Sick.
And yeah, other than that, I just kind of like, if I'm ever buying cymbals, I look for, cymbals or hardware pretty much. I just look for like, what is the best priced and most durable stuff on the market, pretty much.
Fabians.
Sick.
I actually just got my first set of Meinl cymbals recently. I'm liking those so far.
Nice.
Yeah. I would have to comment one thing on triggers that I could say I'm in the middle as well. I mean, I think it depends on the band and the sound that you want to get. I mean, it's like the same way I feel about when I've known bass players like, oh, you're not a real bass player if you use a pick. Well, it's like, well, it depends on what type of sound you want to get. I mean,
Yeah.
and trigger, I think that whole like multiple, like, oh, one hit gets like three, like hits on the, it goes like that for one hit. I think that's bullshit. But I think if you're actually like hitting the bass drum every single time that, that tick or like that trigger goes, and I think that's fine depending on like the certain style of music and stuff like that. But I mean, I like both for either way, I guess. Yeah.
Sick. So you guys just recently played a show, didn't you guys?
Yeah.
The Spark Club over in Oakland.
Yeah.
Can you guys talk about that? How it was? Who else played? How the experience and the turnout?
It was pretty good. I mean, we got a live recording of our set, which is cool. Which I've actually played there before with Trestlance a few times, but this was actually my favorite time playing there. I just thought like the business itself and the overall atmosphere was like a little bit better than when I played there before. And the bands are cool. There's some band that opened up called FARP. I don't know who they are, but I guess they're like a grind band or like power violence band. I couldn't actually go in besides playing because I'm under actually 21 and right now. I mean, I'll be 21 in 2 months, but I couldn't go in, which sucked. But there was also bands called Sorrow Seed and Spectral Voices, and they're from the East Coast. Like, I think one of them's from New York and the other one's from New Hampshire or New Jersey. I don't know, one or the other, but they're pretty cool for the limited time I got to see them, and they're really good, cool guys. And I would have to say that the set overall, our set in particular, was really good. I think I was happy with it, I would say.
Yeah, it was a really cool venue, and the people were super cool. The only unfortunate thing about that night was fucking Chris was Luis's ride, and then they were both crashing at my house, and because of the whole 21 and up thing, we basically had to leave like right after we packed up all our shit.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to stay for the other two bands, and I felt hella bad because I did want to see them, and the little bits of them that I saw while we were packing up our stuff, they were really good. But it just, yeah.
What was that too? And we had to leave early in the morning because we had shit to do back up all the way up in Rosa. I mean, I was down to like, staying out front for a little bit, but like, we had to do shit in the morning and stuff like that and get up, and which is fine, but like we already talked to them. We were like, yeah, next time you guys come through, or maybe, when we go out to the East Coast, whenever that happens, like we'll be playing shows together. But overall, John Ork is the guy who set it up.
Sick.
People, and he's a hella cool ass guy, and yeah, people really liked us. It was cool. We went up there and like people were coming up to us like, oh man, that shit was so sick, and I don't know, it was nice.
Oh yeah, that's sick, dude. Shout out to John Ork. Fucking Hemorrhage, they're fucking awesome. And yeah, and that's fucking awesome. Like, and it kind of sucks that the whole 21 and over thing, because I personally come from like a background of being able to play backyard shows and in houses and stuff, and obviously like there's a bunch of shows over here in SoCal But in Northern California, everything's like so fucking separated. You know, like yeah, you guys have to drive at least like 3 hours or 4 hours for just a typical show, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
know, like I can't count how many times I've been playing 21 and over shows personally since I was like 13 years old, and or just shows like that, you know, and stuff like that, where or just regular shows and whatever that go, you know, you get paid practically nothing to go drive like hours and hours, but that's just part of the deal. You just keep on going, and you try to pick the best, and you know, you fit it into your budget. You know, a lot of times you lose money and stuff, but then you know, at the end of the day, it's pretty cool. And then there's a lot of times where you make out, and it really depends, I guess. I mean, there's been a few times, obviously, where we've declined shows just because we're like, yeah, it's not going to work out. But a lot of times we accept going to shows, and we'll go out and play anywhere. I mean, if people are reaching out to us and wanting us to play, it's like, sure, why not? Let's give it a try. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it works out, then what the hell, you know?
No, yeah, and it sounds like a bigger gamble because you guys are obviously like not underage, but obviously not over 21, the majority of you
Yeah.
guys. And then obviously there's a huge gap of driving close to fucking 4 hours just to get to a opening slot or like playing second or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And there comes a point where like, damn man, I wish there was like, you know, some more people here or something like that. And like, oh wow, like right after we played, like then people start showing up. It's like there's another thing too is that no matter what show it is, all the way from the very small shows, like I'm gonna be going to a show tonight as well, like and you know, local all the way to big. I always like to be there for the opening bands because like I know how that feels, and on top of that, it's like you never know if someday they're gonna get big or some shit, you know, and then you can say, hey, I got to see them right when they started out or something like that. So I know, you know, that's how I feel about that.
No, yeah, that's fucking sick. At least, you know, like you're a true supporter, you know, because there's obviously other people that just show up for the band that they want to see or, you know, like later on because obviously it's too far or parking's a bitch and shit, you know, like, so it's really cool, like, you're that dedicated, you know, you're that dedicated of a fan, you're that dedicated of a musician. So that's something that, you know, is really true and that's fucking sick. But I mean, how many shows have you guys actually encountered that you guys had to leave right after playing because of the age?
Um, well, I could for Sepulchre. I honestly don't know, like off the top of my head. I mean, but it's been a good amount of time. It's been a good, not most of them. I would say actually, if anything, Trustlance is. I'm saying for myself, you know, I've encountered that a bunch of times too. Like, you know, being in both bands, I've done that a fuck ton of times with Trustlance. I've done but with Sepulchre, I could say or at least jam with Florist and you know with other bands. It's been a amount of times where it's kind of been like a letdown in a way. You know, I don't know the exact number, but it's up there, I would say, for how many shows we've played, I guess. But, you know, I'm not going to, like, I don't want to, like, sound like a bitch about it or anything like that. But sometimes it's like, damn, I want to see the other bands and whatever. But it just is what it is, and it's understandable. I always let the venue guys, because it's so funny. Every single time I encounter one of these shows, they're like, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. And before they stop their sentence, I'm like, hey, I've done this a million times. I get the deal. I respect the venues. I respect the bands. I don't want to get you guys in trouble. And then they're hella cool with me after that. So I don't know, but it's happened to us enough times before where it's become like kind of I don't know, like like a situation that kind of sucks, but whatever.
No, yeah, and that sucks, dude. But I mean, yeah, totally understand where you're coming from with that, you know, perspective behind it of respecting the whole venue and everything.
Totally, yeah. Not in 2 months though. In 2 months I'll be 21, so that problem will be very far behind me. And I don't give a shit.
So then you guys are just waiting for Louis to catch up to being over 21, or just you?
Well,
He's like over 21 for a while.
he's the oldest one actually.
Oh shit! So then it's just you holding everybody back.
Yeah, I'm holding everybody back. I both interest on
Little bitch boy.
Yeah, that's what happens.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your guys' scene, Santa Rosa. So how is that? How did it How is the scene? How was it before? How is it now? What do you guys think it's gonna be? Like, tell us a little bit about it, because obviously you guys share members with each other or in different bands, and you guys have more than one band. And I'm not that I know, but I know most of you guys play in more than one band. Like obviously, maybe not Luis, but we'll see. Like what do you guys have to say about all that?
All right. Boris, you want to go?
Huh. I'm drawing a blank at the moment.
All right. Well, I'll go, and then you'll go. All right. Well, the scene up here is pretty good. I mean, we have our main promoter up here is SoCo Metal Scene, and they bring in a lot of great bands. Ernest and Dylan are the main promoters of that, and we've played a lot of shows with them. Actually, the most right before the Store Club show on, I forget what was the day, July 15th or something like that. We opened up for some bands that that they put on, or we were like in the middle somewhere. We played at the Phoenix with a band called Parasitic Ejaculation. And they're like a slam death metal band or something like that. And then there's also, I forget who else played that show, but it was an overall good show. And they do multiple shows like that. I mean, there's at least one show every month that they put on that like everybody kind of goes to. And, you know, we have our metal scene up here, but we also have a vibrant punk scene as well. You know, we got like homeboys like Acrylics up here who are cool guys, but then they're more like, I don't know what, it's not necessarily, they don't do only punk, but it's more ranged towards that. And then also separate from those guys, there's also like the pirate punks as well, who put on more like the crust punk shows and more of that type of stuff. But when it comes to metal, overall, there's, you know, the death metal thrash kind of crew, and then there's the crew that we're still cool. You know, it's not our style, but you know, they're more like the metalcore and deathcore stuff. But we're all kind of like connected somehow, and everybody's really cool with each other and supportive. So we don't have what I like about up here, which I don't want to rag on anything, but I could say the contrary to a lot of stuff I've seen, like with like some in Southern California, is that people up here with the bands, they're like a lot more like supportive with each other, and they're a little bit more kind of hey, what's up, you know, how's it going type thing. Well, like I played shows down there, and it's like very like uptight and not really like, oh, you know, I don't know. There's no actually none of that really. There's no drama really up here. There's rarely drama, which is nice, and everybody's kind of nice to each other, and just, you know, they're there for the music. They're not there for like, you know, to be there for you know, to look a certain way or whatever. They're there purely for the music. All different types of people come to the show. So yeah, I don't know.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I like, actually, like going up there, you know, and seeing all the different bands and just the love that you guys have for each other. And, you know, like around here, like I don't know how bands normally would feel with sharing people with other bands, you know, but I know obviously, you know, Chris, you're in Tressolent, and then Forrest, you're in Incredulous. So, I mean, like you guys, now, like you guys could talk about those bands, you know, like tell us more about that. Because I know Forrest Incredulous is kind of new, you know, you guys are a little bit fresh, and I've heard you guys' demo, and it's pretty sick, dude. Like I didn't, you know, like think you were a guitar player at all, you know.
Yeah. Thank you. I haven't been playing guitar as long as I've been playing drums, unfortunately. But fucking a little while back, like Incredulous has actually been like a project that I've been working on with the other guitarist, Brandon Carroll, since like, I think since like 2014 or 15, honestly. And back then it was just like us and our bass player, Stephen Kuhn, at that point. And we had a bunch of riffs and songs already written, but then we could never really find any solid players. And then Stephen had to go off to college, and so it was just me and Brandon, and we're like, kind of like, oh, fuck, what are we going to do? Like, literally the same week that happened, Luis hits us up. Oh, shit, one sec, I got a door.
Who are you getting the door for?
Real life situation.
So, fucking Luis hits us up and is like, oh, hey, we got fucking Aortics, this group from Napa. They had just like working hard on. I don't really know what to say, but and they actually had a bass player and a drummer who were looking for a project, and that was perfect for our situation because that is exactly what we needed. And so then later on, like recently last year, we added Aiden on vocals, and then recently we let him go just because there were like some stylistic things, and now we're changing it up, and the bass player James Giant and the drummer Rafael Banuelos and myself are going to be doing the vocals.
Sick.
Scared Spliff Podcast.